Hello, everyone. I almost forgot to add us back to the stream because I take it down between the two videos. And that would have been real fun if the screen would have popped up and it was just nothing. Oh my God.
Not either of us. Oh no.
Yeah, it's great. Show everybody your pencil sharpener and go do something else, please.
Emma has that same pencil sharpener.
Had to have it. Couldn't leave Walmart without it. Wasn't on the list. That's it. Bro! Pencil shavings.
Emma's sitting here going, I see your pencil sharpener.
Okay, now, no, we're not doing this tonight, Jack. Go.
You too.
Anyway, it's been a really interesting week in baseball. I think we need to start bringing dollar bills to the ballpark.
I'd put them in there.
I mean, like, okay, I understand. I feel kind of bad for the umpires because this shit's not their fault. It's not. I mean, it's not their fault.
Not. I think they kind of like it though because it's taking the heat off of them.
Yeah.
So.
But at the same time, like they're the guys that are catching all the attitude from the pitchers.
Which sucks.
And I think, and of course it has to be done at random. Like that's how, random checks or if a manager, which that was something we had talked about, if a manager requests it. And of course, some dipshit like Joe Girardi's got to request it 700 times in a game and piss Max Scherzer off. I wish Max would have just laid him out.
Dude.
And my dog's eating something over there. So sorry if you guys
a fight between Scherzer and Girardi.
And Girardi.
So great.
Like Max Scherzer's kind of creepy as it is because he's got like the two different colored eyes. And nothing, if anybody out there is watching and you have two different colored eyes, I have no problem with your two different colored eyes. It's just that his are really like he's like a husky. It's so extreme.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that he's like literally like the husky of
humans. Like,
humans.
he looks like a husky because it's such like a bright blue. Like I know a lot of people that have like a blue eye and a green eye or a blue eye and a brown eye, but it's a dark blue and you can't tell.
Well, Kate Bosworth. Mm-hmm. The actress, you can't tell because it's so subtle, but like he looks like a freak. I'm sorry, I love Max Scherzer. Like this is nothing against him, but he looks so creepy.
It is creepy. Just, it gets mad, it gets worse, and you're just like,
yeah. Well, my eye color gets worse when I get mad, so like I understand why his like you know what I mean. But like oh my god,
his eyes just get so big, and he looks so intense. And then he's like, I was just going, maybe you should just stop. Maybe you should just stop checking him. Like obviously you've made your point.
And he called him out 3 times in the game. Well,
see, like, why? I think there needs to be either they need to limit it, like, challenges are limited. Limit the number of times the opposing manager can call out the pitcher, because at some point in time, are you doing it because you really think there's an issue, or are you just doing it to try and throw the opposing pitcher off? I'm leaning towards number 2. So
or be a jerk. And Joe Girardi is a jerk.
Where do you line it out at? Yeah, Joe Girardi's a dipshit anyway. Like, I used to be a big fan of him. Now I can't stand him.
I just think that there needs to be like a suspension too for that stuff, because like my whole thing too is the MLB wants to cut down time on a game, and then they're doing all this stuff, and they're letting their specific managers do this. Like, and I've thus deactivated my Twitter. We don't need to get into that. But, I'll be back probably in like a week. But like,
I give it 2 days.
It'll be like a week or 2. Probably. It's toxic. I just don't.
Social media break. You got to do it every now and then.
But like, everybody was like, "Oh, Trevor Bauer's going to get checked tonight," like this and this, blah blah blah. Nobody even gave a fuck about Trevor Bauer.
Did he get? I didn't even see them check him at all.
Not even once.
Like, they checked Joe Musgrove, but the extent of it was like, let me see your hand, because I saw him take his hat off and hold his hands out. They didn't look at his belt, nothing. Like, he just went like this, and that was the end of it. I will say though, I felt really, really bad for Victor Gonzalez after walking in the go-ahead run. They take him out of the game, and the umpire stops him to check him, and I was just like,
how?
Really?
He just literally walked in like.
Like, he was
all love of God. Like,
did you have some kind of spin rate data that got sent to you immediately that says he just has no control whatsoever? But I don't know. Like, I saw that happen, and I really did feel kind of bad for him. Which I
did too. I really did.
It's like, you're going to embarrass that guy like that? Like, that how embarrassing would that be? I get it. If you're dealing and they're like, hey, like Shohei, they check Shohei and he's smiling and laughing and he's having a good time with it. And then, and then, Scherzer almost pulls his pants down. Roma pulls his pants down. Like, I was like, my God.
And someone made the comment too, like, what would Kershaw do? Well, Kershaw probably would have done the same thing, because when you literally interrupt the man that's dealing and is in the middle of his job, literally the middle of his job, and you sit there and you throw a bitch fit, and then nothing comes of it. Well, what would you do?
Like, I'd be pissed. Like, I'd be hot about it. Like, like Ohtani, like, I think Ohtani was probably like, I'm going to get checked like every 30 seconds for this. But, he was a good sport about it. Like, he knew it was coming. Like, obviously, like, as you're headed off the field, they're probably going to be like, hey, let me see your hands. Let me, especially if you're dealing like that. I can understand that. But when you have just thrown a disaster wide in the world, just let the poor guy walk off the field and, like, go sit in there being miserable by himself, because he's going to be anyway.
That had to have just been to just appease like the Padres fans. Like, all right, that's all this is now. And someone referred it to as a clown show, like like a shit show, like a clown show, like all that stuff. And I feel like that is absolutely correct. Like, now they're just gonna do that crap just to do it, just to for good to like. For TV ratings. Great.
Yeah, let's slow the game down even more and just see how that goes.
Yep. Oh no, what am I apparently
not live on Facebook for some reason. Or we are. Wendy said it's playing on her phone, but not on her computer. Facebook. So I don't know what's going on. It's kind of, I will say, like, we've had some weird shit going on. I don't know, like, my StreamYard is being really weird today, and I'm really not sure why. So I guess we'll see what happens. Hopefully it comes up. I'll check right now and see what's going on.
One of my
Oh, sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. Okay.
One of my Giants friends just said, "Let's go jock." So I don't know what that means.
Close your internet browser and restart your computer. If your internet connection is slow, try restarting your router or modem. If you're using Wi-Fi, try reconnecting to your network or connecting to a different network. Okay, so that's what it's telling me is causing the problem. But I'm going to disconnect Facebook and reconnect it, and we'll see if it helps.
There we go.
And I will also say that something has been like comments weren't coming up right when we did the show on Tuesday, so it could be anything right now. There's no telling. Let's see if it works now. I reconnected it. But yeah, it's a shit show. Like it's an absolute shit show of a thing.
It really is. And like George, I'm sorry, but like you should know as a manager too that you're fucking up someone's game. And like Scherzer as a manager too.
There we go. I've got it. It's on my phone now. It wasn't even on my phone before.
Scherzer has every freaking right to be pissed. And like you should know as a manager that you're fucking up someone's like pitching game.
Yeah.
Like just stop. And he was like being a baby about it.
Yeah, he really was. Okay, Wendy, I just pulled it back up on the computer and it's telling me, sorry, it started to play it and then it quit. So I don't know. Facebook is, in the words of the great Joe Kelly, Facebook be bitches. Just change it up a little bit.
I saw that quote. It made me laugh.
Oh my God. Did you see what he did when he came up? They went to check him and he's like, you should check these glasses out because they're sick.
Yeah.
Like,
people hate him, but I can't help it because it's just funny.
I love Joe Kelly. I almost really, really, really didn't like Joe Kelly there for a minute because he about hit Fernando the other night, and that would have been like I would have been that would have like crossed the Joe Kelly mural off of my list of things I want to do, like go see in my life, but.
I don't think he did it on purpose though.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've all seen Joe Kelly break his own window in his home because he has no control. Like I don't like the only time I would ever be like, oh yeah, he was trying to hit that motherfucker would be if they were playing the Astros. Other than that, I'd be like, it's probably just Joe Kelly being Joe Kelly. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I still would have been pissed.
Even so, this is my unpopular opinion, and all the Astro fans are going to come for me. Matthew Sondag. He is so.
Matt probably can't watch it because Facebook's fucking up.
But I don't think he meant to even throw at Carlos Correa. I just think he just freaking threw it, and I think that he just acted off of it and was like.
I think, like to me, more than anything, he was like playing into Correa's reaction. Like whether it was no matter what was happening, he just played up to Correa. If Correa hadn't reacted to it, he wouldn't have seen anything happen. He is. Oh, there he is. He did get through.
I really
so
don't.
Facebook is working for some people, but not others.
I really don't think that he did it on purpose because he doesn't. He's like he is, the wild thing of. Relief pitching, and I think he did it because like that was just like his reaction to it. Because
like I think I will say my favorite part of the Dodgers Padres series this week was while Bauer was pitching, you could see that they were they were having a good time with each other. Like obviously. Yeah. Obviously, it's a huge rivalry and everything else. But please, I see your pencil sharpener, and it's so awesome, dude. But take it back to the other room and not open it all over my shirt again, because that'd be really cool. Are you opening the eraser? Oh, yeah, there, just like that. That's what I don't want you to be doing. Oh, it's a red pencil.
He's like, that's
great. He sharpened the eraser.
Then woke.
Yeah, he doesn't care. It doesn't matter what I tell him. So he said he hasn't been paying attention to baseball. Who's doing amazing?
Oh, well, not the Dodgers.
Not the Dodgers right now. No, like I thought it was fun though. Like Bauer, Bauer hitting when he grounded out. He was jogged up, tapped first base, starts jogging backwards. Him and Hosmer are having a laugh about it. Machado hit that bomb off of him, and then he turned around and struck him out the next time. And you see them just grinning at each other, like they were having fun. So, I mean, that's personally, I think it's a little more fun when they fight, but it was still fun to watch them.
I think, well, and I think all of them like Bauer, right? But like, so I think they're like fake fighting.
See, that was what everybody freaked. Like, people were like, "Oh, Tatis got ratio, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Dude, they were having fun with each other, and they both said it." Like, I reposted it because it was funny. Like, they thought it was funny. They've got a good sense of humor about it. Chill the fuck out. Nobody cares.
Well, and then Bauer struck Tatis out yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, all right, and like pointed at, like,
yeah, they were having fun with each other. Like, I think it's so dumb.
They're obviously they're obviously friends or acquaintances or whatever.
They don't hate each other as much as everybody wants them to hate each other.
Yeah, someone said, well, like the media, like, yeah,
absolutely. It gets played up 100%. So sorry, everybody. These guys all don't hate each other as much as you want them to. They all hate Rob Manfred as much as you think they do, but they don't hate each other as much as you think they do. Speaking of Bauer, that was a deal fest between him and Musgrove.
Yep.
Digging that Springer poster. I'm waiting for a Blue Jays one, but since he's been hurt the entire season, hey, leave the kitten alone, you jerk. This kitten just tried to climb up on my lap, and the dog came and grabbed him by the back of the neck. It's like, that's cool. Jerk face. Yeah, I mean, and I was kind of like, that's got to be the check his balls of the week. That was an absolute, the first inning was rough for Bauer. After that, he settled right in. Musgrove was dealing from minute one. And then it ended up being a good game once it went to the bullpens because they both kind of didn't do what they were supposed to. I was really like bummed out with. I thought maybe Mark Melanson just knew that I wanted to see Fernando Tatis bat again, but at the same time, I was like, I can wait till like Friday. It's cool. Oh my god!
Can you put Angry Beavers back on?
I'll put Angry Beavers back on after this show is over.
Okay, that's a good choice, though. Angry Beavers is a good show.
I love Angry Beavers. It's great, but you're gonna have to learn to be patient.
That's the story. That's the story of my college football life. Angry Beavers always, because they can't beat the Ducks. Well, every once in a while. It is a very good show, Matthew. It is, but for me, it means other things.
Dog unplugged the microphone. Kids are insane. Yeah.
It's a good night. I'm surprised I'm functioning right now. Emotionally, to be perfectly honest.
I don't know how I'm even awake. Dude.
Angry Beavers.
If I could send them back to school like in 2 hours, I would. Like, please. We're gonna do school at midnight. Let's go. I'm down.
There's a Christmas song about that.
Right. I'm done. I'm over it. Please, God, tell me. Like, school, they don't go back to school till August 19th this year, which I was like, that's awesome because I can take them to the Braves, or not the Braves, the Rockies Padres series. But it sucks because they're going to be home till August 19th. And I don't think I'm going to make it.
Well, I mean, I do that now because, like, I'm used to the Florida school system where, like, they start the beginning of August. Yeah. I started school in, like, September.
Yeah, we've always started like around like the second, between the 10th and the 20th. So
Yeah.
it's not that unusual, but at the same time, I thought it would be like August 12th, and I looked at the calendar and I was like, no,
Nope.
19th. Okay, well, that's fine.
Yep. Great.
Why are you looking at me like that? You could wait, bro. I have. Anyway, so the shit show of the week, obviously, the pitchers being checked. We did say this would be a little bit of a shorter episode this week. Finger Heaters is a good show. Yeah.
I also just am okay with them taking their pants down.
Right. I have no problem with it, but here's my thing. If you're going to check the pitchers, how do you know the catchers aren't the ones with the sticky substances?
Right.
So
like putting it on the
catchers too?
So the catchers are touching the balls and then like throwing it back to them.
Right. How do we know there's not something like somewhere on his gear that he's touching as he's like, I mean, there's just so many other ways around it. Like the catchers could be the ones with the sticky stuff now. Just throwing this out there. Maybe they should be checking the shortstops. I mean, they do come in when there's a meeting at the mound. They could be the one with the sticky stuff. I think somebody needs to check Dansby and Fernando.
Well,
they pay? Do they pay? They should have somebody that's their whole job, checking for the sticky substances. I'll volunteer as long as I get to check whoever I want.
I mean, I don't think that's going to excuse Fernando's 18, 19.
The errors.
He made an error
Errors.
Today, yesterday, all of the above.
You don't go very many days without a Fernando error, but
I know You know what though? I agree. Did we talk about this last week or so? I saw someone say something. He needs to be in center field. Center field, right field, or center field, left field.
Well, yeah, that's like he said that he was like, oh, everybody thought he should be in the outfield, blah blah blah, and then he got the first team All MLB shortstop. Dude, I'm so serious. Like, get it out of your eye. Get out.
Jack.
TV.
Unfortunately.
Because your headphones.
New day, new Tatis error. It's all that stuff. Let's fix the game. Nude baseball. The only sticky stuff.
Gross.
It would solve a lot of problems. I think maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. They got to come up with something, and there has to be something imposed for like when there's a false accusation or they continuously. You got to have some kind of repayment. Lose a challenge, something.
Girardi needs to not be the manager for like the rest of the season because he literally
problem solved.
Appreciated that. That was awesome, actually. Girardi needs to like go away. Like, just
they need to lose a mound visit. Like, I mean, there was the idea that they have to take a heater to the back. Like, I'm fine with that. Go for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just they really should have just waited till next season. I mean, it's cool because
if we have a next season
again, we're gonna have a short season if we have one at all. Because now that this shit has happened, you better believe the CBA is gonna be a bitch and a half. Like, I'm just gonna tell everybody right now, don't plan on baseball in 2022. Like, there will be a strike.
Because isn't it like a contract season too?
Yeah, like CBA, like it's the CBA. They have to redo the entire thing. And with all the bullshit that's happened in the last two seasons, a 60-game season is going to seem like a dream come true compared to what we're probably going to get next year. If
a 10-game season, can you imagine?
If the league doesn't get their shit together, it's just going to be like the College World Series, and that's going to be it. Like, throw them all out there and like put the Grapefruit League guys in Florida and the Cactus League guys in Arizona and have your tournament down there. Send the winners to What's a good city? Kansas City.
Texas again?
Yeah, send them to Texas again. And let's just have a 3-game series.
In the hardest field to ever play baseball in, too, by the way.
I hate that stadium. Like, send them to Kansas City. It's a cool park. It's middle of the country.
Freaking love Kauffman Stadium. The Kauffman Stadium is actually one of my favorites, if not my favorite.
Fuck it. Send them to Denver. Let's just have like a home run derby World Series.
Let's go.
Neutral territory, and that's the entire season, and that's it. You're done. Like, that's the whole thing.
I agree with Matthew.
Steroids, bring it back. Like, this is like this is like saying, there should be an Olympic event where athletes can do whatever drugs they want. Let's see how high humans can really jump. Same fucking thing. Bring back the steroids. Do whatever the hell you want. Whoever cheats the best wins. Like, just go out there. Let's see how many balls get hit out of the park. Okay, so like, Fernando needs 39 more to 200, and he's on pace to be like what is he pacing? He's like the fastest. He's close. I don't know. He's up there at the top. Anyway, I had it pulled up the other day. I don't know where it is right now, guys. This is fuck today.
The 90s baseball was amazing, and I've had this conversation with a million people, and they were like, well, so you want PEDs? And I was like, did it make baseball interesting? Absolutely. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care. Do I want people to say that Mike Piazza was on steroids instead of being gay? Like, what is being gay? Like, you know what I'm talking, like, everybody was like, well, he was gay. I'm like, what does that have to do with his performance? I don't give a shit. If he has to take steroids again, perfect. Fine. I'm glad. Great.
Do whatever you want. Nobody cares. Juice up all you want. Let's get like 75, 80 home runs a season from everybody.
And that's my other problem. That's my other problem too. Is Manfred and Rawlings, I guess now, is in on this, right? So they've been doing whatever, indoctrinating all of these baseballs.
MLB owns Rawlings, so they do whatever they want to the ball anyway.
So they're doing whatever the fuck they want to these balls anyway. So like, who cares? Just.
Yeah. Yep.
So Manfred can doctor the balls, but nobody else can. Got it.
Doctor themselves or anything.
Right. Like,
I don't know. I just so I like.
Someone said something too about the sunscreen. They were like, "Oh, the sunscreen
and sunscreen and the rosin." Like, oh, get fucked, really?
It makes me so. Everything I obviously refer to is a Friends reference, and there's this episode of Friends where Ross is in the bathroom and he can't get his leather pants up because
I remember that one.
Yeah. So he is trying to put on like lotion and then like powder, and he goes, the powder and lotion have made a paste.
Guess what, guys? He wasn't lying.
And right though, that's what I think about. So people are like, well, I don't understand how suntan lotion and rosin is like, and I'm like, but it makes a paste. But like the doctoring of, but then you go back to like the doctoring of the balls, and what happens? The balls. What happens? Well, they literally made the what do you call it? The stitching. They made them lower, so it's slippy. It's slippier. That's not what I was trying to say. Slipperier. It made the ball slicker.
Yeah, they're slicker. It's
So then more people need to have a grip on the ball, like get a grip, literally. But like, what are you supposed to do? And you're seeing like all the 4 of my players on my fantasy team have been knocked out of my fantasy team on the IL because they just get hit with pitches. Yeah, that hasn't happened ever before. to me since 2007 when I've owned a fantasy team. Like, come on, like it's and someone even said, well, that's what the seams are for, so you can have a grip. Well, if there isn't a seam on the ball to get a grip, like what are you gripping?
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
You don't have anything to grip.
Yeah.
No, put it on.
Anyway, so yeah, don't do that. Don't no. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. The whole thing's a shit show. Manfred needs to be fired into the sun. Aptly the title of the episode. But I will say, my big bat for the week was going to be Jake Cronenworth because, good Lord, what happened there? When did he wake up?
Jeez, my knees, man. I'll give that to you.
There we go.
I will unfortunately give that.
Unfortunately, yeah, I was like, every night I'm sitting here and I was just glued to that series. And I was like, I know I'm tweeting a lot about the Padres, and Megan's probably over there like,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't even know it though. Like, we're all good neighbors. We're just like they are. We don't care. We'll sit there and be like, no, fuck your team. No, fuck your team. But then at the end of the day, we're still like, hey, you know what? It's cool. It's fun. See you next week. Yeah, I don't know. I know there's so much shit happening in baseball, but like all I can think about is Max Scherzer trying to drop his pants and all the other bullshit that's happening.
Drop it, bro.
Trying to drop Joe Girardi and
I would have paid money for that to happen.
Yeah. You know what? Josh Donaldson said he'd pick Joe in that fight. Bringer of rain, bringer of maybe not so great takes. I don't know.
Donaldson, you're
I'm not
on the
disagree with him
list. You're on the DTD list, and I would probably pick Max Scherzer's left eyes.
Like I'm not going to argue with Josh Donaldson because he would know more than I would. Maybe he's seen Joe Girardi get in a scrap or two, like bar fights or something. That could be. But I will say, I do have to say, speaking of Josh Donaldson, I just want to say, and I tweeted this out last night. I didn't like Joe Musgrove when they got into it, and Josh called him a bitch, and then he went after him, and Joe immediately backed up and wanted none of that smoke. I spent a while not liking Joe Musgrove, and I would just like to say, Joe Musgrove, I apologize. You're an all right guy. I like you.
He is.
You're a cool dude, and I'm sorry that I talked so much shit over the last couple seasons. Forgive me. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. I needed to say it. Yeah.
Hey, Charlie Morton though did a fantastic
Charlie Morton was fucking dealing too.
Job. Oh my god!
And yet the Braves still can't get shit done. Everybody is hurt.
Hello.
Yeah, you guys, the Dodgers know how the Braves feel on that end.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm already tired. Shit.
All right. I'm on too.
I didn't even see. I see that the Astros beat the Tigers 12-3. Didn't they beat the Orioles like 13-0? Which that's not saying a whole lot because it's the Orioles, but still, I feel like that's fairly impressive. Maybe.
I don't know why my MLB is stuck on the Pirates. Clearly, I don't want to watch the Pirates. They're not my favorite. Stop.
Yeah.
How do I unfavorite a team? Well,
See, I get notifications for all kinds of shit, and I'm like, what? Why am I?
Well, I shared my MLB account with somebody who favorited the Pirates, and so here we are.
Oh, that makes so much more sense now. I didn't even think about that. Like on my own MLB account, I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I get all these other teams too. But I've tried to favorite the Padres like 7 times and it won't let me. I don't know why. But
I've been thinking about changing my password, but I won't be a jerk. I'll just let him.
Okay. It'll be fine.
I'll just let him watch the Pirates lose all the time. Except for the Pirates are actually beating the Cardinals 8-2 right now. That's amazing for me because fuck the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, 100% fuck the Cardinals. Yeah.
So I'll accept this for right now.
Okay, we'll let it go.
I will make like Elsa and let it go.
Oh, well, I think, like, I don't know. I had all kinds of shit ready for tonight. And at the same time, I was just like, this is the only thing that I want to talk about is just how big of a disaster this is. So that's really all we have for you guys this week. We knew it was going to be a little shorter episode. We will be back next week. I think after next week, though, we might be taking a little bit of a break because everybody is getting super, super busy right now. We'll see what we're going to be doing for sure. But it won't be like a forever thing. Just everybody needs some time to
hashtag
get shit done.
Hashtag fire Manfred.
Yeah, fire Manfred into the fucking sun. We will see you guys next week. Love you all very much. Bye.